This is for up and down. Okay. First, I would like to thank the organizer of this wonderful conference, Dr. Nada, for arranging such a wonderful conference in this ancient city of the Cairo. So today the topic given to me is the international programs for the junior endoscopists. So how many of you are junior endoscopists sitting in this hall? Just raise your hands. So very few. So I started with this verse from the Holy Quran. Do not lose heart or despair. If you are true believers, you have the upper hand. So don't be disappointed if you don't learn anything or you are a slow learner. There are many opportunities in the world. So endoscopy's versatility and precision make it an indispensable procedure in modern medicine, allowing for minimally invasive examination, accurate diagnosis, and targeted treatment of various gastrointestinal issues. So gastrointestinal endoscopy is a complex skill requiring a period of formal training and experience with close supervision. Supervision is very important. So what are the main training objectives? So you have to define the competencies of the student, technical skills, knowledge required, mentorship. This is a very important part of the training. A good mentor is a blessing. So experienced endoscopists guiding trainees, providing feedback and evaluating. Hands-on experience, we already discussed about this. This is very important for the learning. Then assessment and feedback from the mentor, from your supervisor. Then continuing education, because this is a very dynamic field of endoscopy. Daily there are new procedures, new indications are introduced daily. So you need continuing education. So mentoring is a very important part in the life of a young endoscopist. So mentor guided you in a true direction, trains you, supports you, motivates you, and helps you in achieving your goal and success. So these two mentors is very famous in Pakistan, Professor Ibrahim Mustafa and Professor Nontali Pasovedi. Many people are their students here. So we all know that the World Gastroenterology Organization has established 24 training centers worldwide. So they have centers in Africa, they have centers in Asia and South Africa, and they have other centers as well. So the Cairo Center is very famous due to Professor Ibrahim Mustafa, and many Pakistanis have learned a lot through this center. So it's up to you, wherever you want to go, you can get in these centers through your national societies. So we have centers in Asia also. The Thailand center is very famous in Pakistan due to Professor Nontali Pasovedi. She's very supportive in teaching ERCP and EUS. So there are other centers as well in Turkey. So International Young Endoscopic Award. This is a program run by the Korean Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy that invites young endoscopists worldwide to apply and participate in our training program. So this picture is from 2025 program, and many Pakistanis also participated in this program. They give you scholarship for travel. Then we have WEO fellowship programs, and these are very famous programs. So you have to be WEO member for applying in this program, and plus your age should be less than 45. And I think Shima and Nada both have gained lots of things through these centers. So you can ask them, they share their experience with you guys. But they are very good centers in International Endoscopy Training Program. This year, there is a Beijing Endoscopy Workshop. They arrange this workshop annually, and that accepts up to 20 international medical professionals, providing hands-on experience for junior endoscopists to achieve proficiency in gastrointestinal endoscopy. So this year, this conference will be in October, and they provide free accommodation at least for more than 1 week. Then you can go for this clinical visiting fellowship program through UEG, and they support around 30 trainees in gastroenterology with visiting fellowships to spend at least 2 weeks at the renowned European training centers between January and December. And each trainee receives 1250 euros as well for their travel and accommodation. So it's a very nice program. So if anybody is interested, they can apply in these programs as well. Then we have a very famous page, JGH Foundation Clinician Scientist Training Fellowship, and it's a complete 12-month training and fellowship program in countries of Asian Pacific region. And there are many fellows which gain experience and gain many things from this through this fellowship, and you can easily apply in this. There is a form. You can go to the website, download the form, and you can apply for this clinical fellowship, and it's a paid fellowship. So this is my picture back from 2014 in APDW. They had very good animal hands-on workshop in which they do poems and all the things on pig models. And these workshops are very important because you interact with many faculties around the world, and you meet with other people, you share your experiences. So it's very important. You guys should attend these conferences. And sometimes you get fellowships through these workshops. So this is again ESD workshop in 2014, and they yearly they are doing these type of workshops during APDW. Then this is the Kobe International ESD course, and it is very famous course in Japan, endoscopic submucosal dissection course, and its duration is around 4 to 5 days, and you have to perform ESDs individually or under supervision on animal models. So you can see the big names, Professor Nuria Uedo, Noriko Suzuki, all are there to guide you. So this is our picture back from the course. Then there is a endoscopy on air mentorship program for women in endoscopy specifically. So in collaboration with Boston Scientific and Women in Endoscopy, they have launched a unique mentorship program designed to enhance endoscopic skills in interventional endoscopy while also developing leadership competencies. So this dual focus empowers participants to lead new programs within their institutions and unlock exciting career opportunities. So this is a very famous program, and you can see Nada here. Nada was in this program. So it is not necessary you have to fly to this area to learn and experience all the expertise in endoscopy. Now there are very virtual programs as well, like endoscopy on air. So you can go through this program. It's very nice. They explain each and everything very nicely, so you can easily understand. So this is again picture from the Endoscopy on Air Global Event 2025, in which they demonstrating the ecclesia, and you can get the experience from worldwide renowned endoscopists through these programs. So it's not necessary you have to go to these places all the time. So best practices, structured training programs, clear curriculum, defined milestones. Always you have certain defined milestones in your career. Competency-based progression, trainees advance based on demonstrated skills, diverse course exposure, variety of procedures, patient scenarios, emphasis on patient safety. This is very important. Trainees learn to prioritize patient well-being. This is very important. Future directions, we already have discussed many things in this conference: integration of AI endoscopy, global collaboration, sharing best practices, training resources. This is very important. So in conclusion, effective training of young endoscopists requires a comprehensive approach, combining mentorship, simulation-based training, and hands-on experience. By prioritizing competency-based progression and patient safety, we can ensure the next generation of endoscopists is well equipped to provide high-quality care. Thank you so much.